Hello everybody, it's Last Chase here, welcoming you back to Etrian Odyssey. Well, the first game in the series, but Etrian Odyssey. I don't know how to say it. Is it just Etrian Odyssey or Etrian Odyssey 1? Anyways, alright, since last time, I did level up the party a little bit, up to 5. I recommend 5 as a whole, and I also didn't spend the last point as needed, so let's go spend the last point for everyone. I think I want to go... Let's go rear guard, just get a point into that. Put everything into multi-hit for now, and most importantly, the medic now gets salve. If you scratch points just like this, you just get just enough just for salve. Salve is very good. We'll be using salve for the majority of the game, trust me. And finally, let's get one more point of bravery for the troubadour. Alright, now, as you can see, I do have a bit more money than before, and I do have my characters equipped a little bit better. Yeah, nothing too crazy, but one problem in the early game is money. So, how do we fix that problem? So, let's go change up a party here. This is commonly referred to in the game as a gathering party. It does exactly what you think. So, basically, they're all survivalist, and I just named them kind of whatever. A little bit of kind of like what we would be getting here. So, the reason why we use survivalist is because that they have all 3 compared to any other class in the game, which only has 1. So, like Launchneck has mining, troubadours have takes, things like that. So, survivalist just gets all 3, and I recommend whenever you get the survivalist to make all 5 of them, put all 3 of your points in the chop. And I'll show you exactly how to do this. Next thing, we'll be going into the labyrinth. Now, remember that shortcut I got a bit ago in the first episode? This is where it's beneficial. Now, all you have to do is just go here and keep getting items here. Now, early on, you won't get too many points. You won't get nearly as much as what I'm getting right now because I did level up the characters a little bit in order to get everything I need. But don't worry, this will be a real quick thing. You can kind of just see how quick this is. Every point you put into any one of these skills, you get 2 points per character invested. So at max, you'd get 20 per for levels if you wanted to go that route. So, and then all you have to do, since this refreshes every day, all you have to do is do this, go back to the inn, rest up, and repeat the process. Resting at the end is based on characters' levels. I believe it is the average. Yeah, sometimes you do find nothing, unfortunately. As you can see, I don't have anything else besides chop. Since this is so quick, you don't have to worry about encounters, really. And then go back, sell it all, and you make a nice little tidy profit. You can do this as many times as you need to. This is a good way to get early game money that you desperately need in order to properly equip your party. I find this is very beneficial to do in the early parts of the game. Later on, it's not as useful, but it's still pretty useful as a whole. So, also, you do want to eventually level them up so you get the other gathering skills too, like mining and taking. You basically just want to level them up as high as you can. Whenever you do that, make sure you bring some medicas, or bring a character that can heal like a medic. So, next thing, there was one place where we didn't go to yet, the Golden Deer Pub. So let's go there. Patriots finest ales. Ahoy, kiddos. You're the newly licensed adventurers I heard about from Murata, aren't you? Here at the Golden Deer, I hear all sorts of problems that only adventurers can solve. Gathering materials, wiping out monsters, you name it. I hear someone sobbing about it, and when I do, I pass requests on to kids like you. Look, you're welcome to take them on. You can accept tasks here, which are known as quests. There are many types of quests, and each with his own reward. All I have to do is accept, and we shall do it. So let's start with some basic ones here. The Leathersmith's Favor. Desire 7 strips of soft hide for the purpose of making clothes. Let's go do it. Let's open someone would. Hide goods are in high demand, especially when the supply is running low. Shouldn't have a problem getting some soft hide from the forest critters. Next one. To taste it once more. An old adventurer getting on in years wishes for holy water that can only be found within the forest. And you can see the reward at the bottom of the quest too. Unlike the later games in the series, you do not get EXP from these, unfortunately. This is changed in Etrian Odyssey 3, I think. So the first 2 games, you get no extra experiences there. So, supposedly, you can get some of this water deep within the east side of the first floor. Careful not to slip. And then the last one. You need to get all the materials to make a hand axe. So, these kind of are the basic mission types you're going to be getting throughout the game. Are these 3 here. I was hoping someone would. Shellaki Goods is the only place in Etrian to get weapons and armor. While our granddad ran the place, he gathered materials himself to make all kinds of stuff. Ever since she inherited the place, well, the kid tries, but it's not the same. She's got her hands full just running the shop. She could use a hand. Could you help her? Go and ask her if there's anything in particular she's looking for. Alright, so whenever you do that, just go and talk to her. Has made me a list. 5 pieces of hardwood and 5 hard shells. So, right now I am unable to get the hard shells because the enemy is too defensive. But we'll fix that in this episode, hopefully. But now with my actual party and with a bit more to handle things. Also, I'm going to, just to make things a little bit easier on myself, we're just going to go back to full mapping, just for the purpose of making this a little bit easier. Also, there we go. We're going to make it a little bit easier to see, too. Yeah, we're just going to show up at it real quick here, just to show I'm a little bit more stronger than before. I can handle fights better on the first floor now, finally, which is good. You definitely need that. Alright, now down here at the very, very south. Remember where I marked it? As you walk through the narrow path, you see glistening water flowing from between the rocks. I'm going to lower the volume just a little bit. Alright. Hopefully that lowers it a little bit more because it seems like it's getting a little loud there. You reach out to that water to draw from the source. Obtained holy water. Alright. Now that was the big thing from there. You got monsters. So yeah, early on, this is kind of a whatever. I'm going to be starting just cutting out battles from here on. Just make things a little bit faster. Like I said, makes things a little bit easier. So let's go to this one area I didn't go to early on. Alright, now, in this little area, we have a few chests. As you continue into the forest, you reach a clearing. Squarish boxes are lined up before you. It's possible they were left by fellow explorers of the labyrinth. Then too, they may be part of the treasures rumored to litter the labyrinth. These boxes sit ready to be opened, offering no clues to their nature. Alright, well, let's go heal up a little bit there. You can tell I'm starting to handle the fights a little bit better. Anyways, in chest number 1, we get 200 intel. Next chest, you get a Medica 2. Final one contains a Ceramax. I actually don't know how to fully think. Yeah, if you saw, I didn't equip my protector with a better weapon. This is why. The dagger is technically better by like 1 point. So, I mean, it's a free weapon. Money early on is difficult to get. Oops. Alright, now give me 1 second here. And let's make everything just look a little bit nicer. The mapping controls are not the best. Oh, okay. Let's see if I got this better now. Let's try out some new skills. Yeah, I can now puncture that armor. Yeah, there we go. Now I have enough power to get through the claw bug, and I get a hard shell. I need 4 more of those. Forget the hand axe that was requested to make it. Unfortunately, hand axes are pretty worthless. But yeah, and I've been through the first floor of this game enough to where it's like, I know where everything is. You can kind of see I've gotten everything that I can get up to right now. So, if I'm not rudely interrupted by enemies more and more, yeah, the encounter rate's a little high in this game. You can't tell. Anyways, there's a door here. We can't do anything about that. I can't proceed. Almost through. Now, the map did show that there was more things through here. Okay, that finally got me all the soft hides from finding so many moles. You have obtained the requested soft hides. Okay, so let's quickly go down to basement floor number 2, the Verdant Inbetween. So, let's put stairs back up there. And very quickly, let's go back downstairs because I just remembered there was one more thing I forgot to do. So, this might take a few seconds, so let's get moving. Don't worry too much about time, I should mention. Crazy rats think they can take me. Anyways, remember this that I saw and I kind of left alone? Well, let's go and try to handle it. Let's pick it up. You gingerly pick up the dirty boot. It is rather heavy due to the ivory-colored stones its previous owner hid inside. Obtained a white stone. As you marvel at the stones, the ground begins to shift unnaturally. The dreadful monsters who will likely kill the boot's owner ambush you. Oh no! It's moles. Let's just auto it. Yeah, I have a very physical team. I like physical combat. I like using physical fighters in Etrian Odyssey. I don't know. I don't really want to worry about TP management that much in this game. Alright, now let's actually go to the second floor. So I'm going to keep the map kind of sideways like this, just to make things a little bit easier to tell where everything is. As you continue into the brush, a noise ahead draws your attention. An intermittent sound is coming from the brush. Something seems to be inside the tall grass before you. You peer futilely into it, wondering whether to chance it or leave the sound alone. Let's see what's there. As a party leader, Soul pushed back the tall grass with their hands. Suddenly, Soul felt a sharp pain in their hand. The noise seems to come from a small snake, dividing Soul's outstretched hand. It slithers off into the forest. 5 HP lost. As you pull yourself together and continue on your adventure. He can handle it, right? Alright, one thing you probably should be doing over time is looking at the walls, as there are shortcuts, as I have shown. This early part won't really have too many, but just keep an eye out for them. Anything that looks a little bit weird. But anyways, here we have new enemies. A hare. They do exactly what you think. Yeah, let's use multi-hit. These guys can be a little rough. Well, never mind, I just absolutely annihilate them. And we get 2 level ups. Nice. But yeah, this is actually new to the Etrian Odyssey game, because originally you can only walk forward or backwards. Ooh. As you continue into the winding path, you see a soldier basking in the warm sunlight. Noticing your presence, a soldier calls to you. Oh there, explorers, I see. How goes your adventure thus far? After a brief chat, it comes out that he is here to investigate those navigating the forest. The soldier offers to sell you any of his tools you find yourself in need of. Choose the item you believe you will need most from the following. A weapon to fight monsters, to heal wounds, or I don't need anything. Let's see what he has for a weapon. Inquire the soldier if he has any strong weapons. Upon hearing this, the soldier removes a sword from its scabbard on his back. Will it serve? It's a small sword, but I believe it'll do for your purposes. That's for the price? Since you're licensed explorers, you may have for 500 intal. Paid soldier has 500 intal or reconsider your purchase. Let's go ahead and buy it. You pay the soldiers money and receive the short sword in return. Best of luck, explorers, and I hope to see you again on your journey. Transaction having been completed. The soldier bids you farewell. You return on your own business and investigate the forest labyrinth. We obtained a short sword. Makes sense to me. Well, let's see how much better that is, since of course it's a sword. A decent attack boost. 22 to 28, so let's give that to the launch neck. And like I said, it's not much better, but it gives something extra. Now he's a sword and shield main in Monster Hunter, basically. Uh-oh. These guys are the reason why I grinded in the lower levels early. These are venom flies. Poison is very dangerous in the early game. If you get poisoned, no matter what, in this game, you will take 25 damage flat out. No matter how much health you have, you will always take 25, and it is lethal. So, you really want to keep yourself on top of everything for this. You'll see why this is dangerous early on. See? The best hope is honestly just to beat him outright and be on your way. The Venom Fly. Let's say here. Let's just use the Medica right now. Alright. As you continue your adventure, a ferocious roar echoes through the forest. Moments afterwards, you hear heavy footprints galloping through the forest. A dreadful enemy, unlike any you have yet seen, is fast approaching. The dot on the map is the type of enemy known as an FOE. This thing always changes, so Formido Oper Natura Exquins. Just call it an FOE. Everyone calls it an FOE in the series. For every movement you make, it makes one as well, considering any FOE before taking action. So, you are not the only thing to be roaming the forest. There are many other things roaming the forest as well. Many, many dangerous things. Like that. I'll just tell you right now, no matter how prepared you are at this point in the game, you will probably not be able to win that against this thing. It's meant to be a danger. FOEs in this game are very dangerous. Alright, let's do something a little more... Let's be a little more aggressive to Venom Flies. That's wow, the Troubadour took a while on getting actually what he needed. Alright, but since I am so low on HP and all that, I'm just going to use... So, anyways, just like any other thing, use the adenine thread, and there you go. And let's start selling some stuff here. Oh, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Alright. Oh, I can now just buy the short sword outright. Is it a better deal? It's a little more expensive if you buy it from the soldier instead of there. It's an early purchase. Like I said, if you do know the money method, it's not the end of it's not the end of the world. There we go. Alright, now since we've got a few quests to report in, let's go complete them. You have to go back to the bar to complete any quest in the game. And we get 200 intel. Keep up the good work. So unfortunately, in this game, you get no experience as well. Unfortunately, this is the thing they do eventually put back in. They put it in the later games. Thankfully. Light says her grandpa discovered this stuff way back when he was an adventurer. He was on the verge of death when he found it, and thought it would be his last meal. And then it happened. He suddenly felt revitalized, made it safely all the way to town. Looks like every day well watered me, but it saved him. No wonder he thought it was holy. Bet the girl will be thrilled to hear you found it. There's really some mysterious power in this stuff. Nah, it can't be. Well, we'll worry about that later. Anyways, let's just rest up. And remember to buy one more adenine thread to get yourself back there, and I'll meet you back on the second floor. Alright. It now occurred to me that I leveled up. So, let's go get everything up. Let's just start leveling up things. Oh, right. He's kind of downed. Okay, for now, I'm not going to level up multi-hit. I'm going to level up bows, because for now, I need the TP to cost me a little bit less. Same with that. So, we'll up bravery once more, because it's definitely reasonable to do. Alright, and that's almost everyone leveled up. Let's just heal that up because I don't want problems to happen again. Anyways, more shield mastery. You do eventually want to level up the mastery skills because you do additional damage. You can kind of get the general idea of where the FOE is and what their pattern is. Okay, so FOEs do come in different types. This one follows a very specific patrol pattern, and you don't have to worry anything beyond that, thankfully. So, remember, keep checking the walls. Oh, hey, new enemy. This is the Fender. This is a weaker version of the FOE you would be fighting if you decide to be stupid enough to try to fight it right now. Don't fight it right now. Don't fight the FOE one right now. This is the easier version as of right now. It will still hurt you pretty hard. So let's bravery up. Yeah, as you can see, it hurts. So let's fix that problem up right now. And for that, we get one of its items, a horn. You get the Fender and a horn. You took its horn, which is good. But yeah, unfortunately, some of this in the early game and things like this, there's really not too much that the enemies can do. Anyways, let's open up the treasure. And we get a free adenine thread. Aridine thread? I actually don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but it's just a habit I do. As you can tell, I do go to mouse and keyboard for a few seconds to go do that. Yeah, this is why I have Cleaver on my launch deck right now. You'll eventually want it anyways, but it's just easier to do it on. Alright. I don't think I'll probably use bravery too much extra right now. We'll see. Hey, I got another horn. But yeah, as you can see in this little area with your encounter thing at the bottom here, I meant to mention this earlier, but the closer this thing gets to red, that's the closer you are to your encounter. So it is based off of the amount of steps. So do keep that in mind. Oh my gosh, I'm finding so many of these things. I was not expecting them actually at my survivalist there of all things, but okay. Oh boy. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with early game. So continue down the path. Find orange fruit growing on the wall of the trees. An edible looking fruit makes your mouth water. It'd be no trouble to take the fruit and eat it. Should we eat it? Yeah, let's try it. Fruit's delicious. The exterior proved a sham, as Soul discovered. Well, he lost 10 TP. Well, it didn't really matter. He only had like 1 left, so not like he could have done much with it. Unfortunate, but it happens. Ooh. Oh, yeah, before I forget, if you are in an encounter and an FOE does walk into the path, it will join the fight. You don't want that as much as possible. Well, that was easy. I might not be needing bravery for a little bit here. So, sometimes you have to move around just a few seconds. That's not exactly what I wanted to see. He's at least not close at the moment. I'm going to use multi-shot to try to get myself out of this a little bit quicker. Okay, looks like I should at least be okay to get to the third floor. Second floor really isn't very far, which is why I combined it together. Because... okay. Let's not worry about what's down there. Let's just... ooh, that's not good. Oh, 3 of these things. Okay. What am I looking at here? Not a whole lot. Yep, I'm glad I defended. Alright. Yeah, this calls for an emergency. Get out of here. Alright, let's sell what I have. As you can see, the second floor picks up the difficulty quite a bit. An enamel bow, an ocarina. The bow will be extremely useful. So, small bow. 20 to 22. Any little bit helps. But I might as well talk about the ocarina. These musical instruments are only for troubadours. They give you a lot of TP, but you're also using up armor, which I prefer having armor on more of my characters to make them a little more defensive. So, personal preference, I prefer that idea over the extra TP. The extra TP is great, but most part, you don't need it. Alright, I'll head back up to the second floor, and hopefully it'll be a little less ridiculous. Probably not. Before I forget, I probably should invest these skill points that I've been getting. Anyways, more bow. And let's go... Let's add a point into bravery again. We'll need it. Alright, now that we're pretty much back to where I was for the most part, with a lot less to deal with, maybe. So yeah, just keep an eye on the map, and you should be good to hopefully get yourself to the third floor. We'll end today's episode getting to the third floor. We're almost there anyways, so... Barely escape. Just top off HP. Yeah, there's not really a ton of reason to go crazy with salve at this point. At least we're gaining levels pretty quick. We'll do that to get just a little more guard. We'll keep up in healer. You can... Okay, refresh. Basically, removes all status ailments. And you can't heal everything right away. Okay. And then Cure 3 is a large amount of HP. I think it's basically full amount of HP. Yeah, it's a full heal. You can go for the Cure 2s and Salve 2s, but I don't see the point, personally. So, but anyways, let's heal up after that. Poison hurts. More pain. More pain was had. There is a way around this thing. I'm forgetting how to do it. Alright, let's take down Venom Flies. Everything take down Venom Flies first. The regular flies, not a big deal. Venom Flies, big problem. Oh, I think I know how you do it. I think it is this. So there are a lot more FOEs running around the place, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, this floor is mainly telling you how the basic FOEs work. Alright. On the tree, standing at the end of the narrow trail, you see a shriveled green fruit. Judging from its color and shape, it doesn't look edible. If you really wish, you can pluck the fruit and eat it. Let's try it. Appearances to the contrary, the fruit was fresh and juicy. Got for 10 HP. I think he actually was one that needed some healing, so that worked well. But yeah, as you can tell with everything else, we make a nice little clean walk around. But not before then, he decided to say hi, and I'm like, oh, you wanted to do this one last time, huh? Fortunately, nothing dropped, but that's fine. Drop rate in this game is a little weird. They're kind of lowy for common drops. The first couple games are kind of like that. Anyways, with that, we made it through, at least for now, this floor. There is, as you can tell, there's going to definitely be way more on this floor. But for now, let's explore down to the next floor. To the Marble Orchid of Soldiers. But there's danger abound. What is it? What is the danger? We'll find out in the next episode of Etrian Odyssey. This is Last Chase saying, see you guys later, and have a good day. Bye-bye!